The chess trap that wins by move 7. There is one square that beginners lose their whole game on, and it's f7, the square in front of your king that nobody else defends. Today you'll learn the fried liver attack, the trap that punishes the most common mistake in the opening, and the one calm move that dodges it completely. The Italian setup. It begins in the opening beginners play most, the Italian game. Both sides push the king's pawn and bring their knights out toward the center. White's bishop swings out to c4, aiming straight down the diagonal at f7, while black's knight comes to f6 to fight for the center. So far, textbook. Then white plays the sharpest move in the opening. The knight leaps to g5. Suddenly, two pieces are staring at f7, the one square black's king alone has to defend. The fork in the road. Black hits back in the center with d5, attacking the bishop and trying to slam the door before the attack lands. White ignores the attack on the bishop and just takes. Pawn captures on d5. Now black faces the choice that decides the entire game. Two pieces can win that pawn back, the knight on f6, or a quieter idea entirely. One of those recaptures walks straight into the trap. The tempting mistake. The obvious move is to grab it back with a knight. Knight takes d5. You've restored the material and everything looks completely fine. But look what left the board with it. That knight was the only defender of f7, and the moment it moves, the guard is gone. Both white pieces still bear down on f7, the bishop on c4 and the knight on g5. Only the king is holding it together, and a king is a terrible defender. The sacrifice. Knight takes f7. White strikes. The knight sacrifices itself on f7. It looks reckless. You can simply take it, but that is the trap slamming shut. From f7 the knight forks the queen on d8, and the rook on h8 at the same time. Leave it there, and white wins a whole piece for nothing. So the king is forced to take. King captures on f7. And now the black king is standing in the open, in the center, with the game barely underway. The fork, queen f3 check. The hammer falls with check, queen to f3. It attacks the king down the f-file and the stranded knight on d5 in a single move. To hold on to the knight the king has to keep walking, king to e6, marching itself even deeper into white's fire. White brings the last piece in. Knight to c3. Hitting d5 a second time. The pawn comes back, the attack is overwhelming, and black is fighting for survival by move 8. The fix. Knight to a5. Now rewind to the fork in the road. Instead of grabbing the pawn with the knight, there is one calm move that dodges the entire trap. Knight to a5. It attacks the bishop on c4 and simply refuses the pawn. And with the bishop under fire, white never gets the time for knight takes f7. The whole fried liver evaporates. Black rounds up the d5 pawn later and stands completely fine. The rule to burn in. Don't recapture on autopilot. Hit the bishop instead. For the first 10 moves of a chess game, f7 is the weakest square on the board, and recapturing on autopilot with your knight is exactly what hands your opponent the attack. Remember the fried liver the next time someone throws a knight to g5, and remember that the quiet knight to a5 refutes the whole thing. Set it up tonight. Play both sides, and you'll start winning the games you used to lose. Subscribe for more traps that turn common openings into quick wins.